Welcome back, everybody. We're back live. We have a special guest here with us, Cece and Pedro, and we're back to the treehouse. We're gonna have a fun show today planned, and I like usually to start with telling everybody who we are a little bit. A few sentences. One or two sentences. Basically, I'm a comic book creator. Right now, I have Elixir live on Kickstarter. Can we get a little, one of these? There we go. And that's the animation that Pedro made for the book Elixir. And you can back it now. Pack should be coming on pretty shortly, and we will continue that. And we, of course, have the great Mo Biggs here in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Mo?
Always a pleasure having this man. And Pedro, you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Pedro, and I'm a meat popsicle. I'm an artist, illustrator, animator. Do a lot of things, and I'm doing them so much that I don't know what time it is, and I'm kind of sleepy, so I'm gonna ramble today. So
Yes, he is.
Hi.
Cece, feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't even know. So I'm kind of new to the comic art space. I just recently launched a webcomic called Anacomics, which is a webcomic based on interviews with people who suffer from clinical depression. And I guess I'll talk more about that as we go on with the show. But that's basically me.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, Cece, I don't even think you know this, but the way I actually know you is through Eric. And now,
wait, seriously?
There's almost no way that Eric ever talks about me. But if you mention him to, he might remember me. We actually we met almost 2 years ago, and we filmed like something out in the desert. It was like
was it that one that was on film?
Yes.
Oh, that okay.
Like a film with Chloe Octas.
Yes. Okay. Wow. I wasn't sure how you found me, but that makes a lot of sense.
No, but it was a great time, and then slowly but surely, I was watching you kind of jump at the comics and say you're drawing these things. And I thought that was really cool. And then just like 2 weeks ago, I think, or something, you unleashed this whole new project out into the world. Yep. It's really quite incredible.
Thank you.
The journey. But yeah, it was super fun that I got to see it all happen. And we have over here we got Pack. Pack is in the house.
Hi guys.
What's up, Pack?
What's up,
Pedro? Pack is actually the artist of Elixir, and what we're doing here, there's a special subscriber exclusive art print. Pack just steals his show. What he's doing is. We have a subscriber exclusive art print. He finished half of it last week doing the sketching, and we're going to finish it up today, so we can get it colored and get it to the subscribers. And when a subscriber, Cece, have you ever heard of Kickstarter or crowdfunding?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, all the backers, they can, we're just throwing a bonus into them if they, subscribe to this YouTube channel. So if you can do me a favor, Cece, just look straight at the camera and tell people to subscribe.
Subscribe, please. What are you even doing? Please subscribe.
Very
yeah.
I'm impressed.
Very good. Wow.
Amazing. Everybody.
I've been told very assertive.
I believe it. Awesome. We got Bitsy in the house over here.
Hello.
What's up, Bitsy?
And now, as we know, Pack, did you want to start the sketching? Did you want to start a little?
Yeah, I gotta leave in a half hour, so I better get started.
Busy man.
And then we're gonna talk. And then Pedro's actually doing a subscriber exclusive art print for Tropical Magics.
Oh yes, sir.
Isn't that right,
Yes.
Pedro? We're gonna
Nice.
to see that. And also, we're gonna get Bitsy to do.
No.
What?
Her upcoming one made it in the sky. We're throwing stuff at Bitsy right now. That's okay. Bitsy, do you
draw
want to
too slow.
Did you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm Bitsy Tandem. I write and illustrate Maiden in Disguise, and I own EOTerra Entertainment LLC. We make comics.
That's right. Pack is over here setting it up. And while Pack is setting it up, this gives me a very unique opportunity because, as you guys all know, I was on vacation last week. And what that really means is that it's, show and tell time. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna kind of let me try and find exactly.
Rub it in, yeah.
So here I was on vacation. You know, this is vacation Arman. We got over here more new friends, vacation friends. You know, local. You know what I'm saying? We got here our new standees, acrylic standees for our Kickstarter. Now, you know, the new add-ons, I think we just added them this morning. So, you know, $6, you choose one of these two acrylics, 6 inches tall. It'll, you know, protect your books, you know, stand on your desk, on your bookshelf. And then, of course, you got, you know, me over there, my family. You got, you know, some kind of happy birthday going on here. So.
Are you not gonna sing? Are you one? Are you two?
Of course, we got Mo Big saying "Hail Bitsy" over here. So, Bitsy, and then of course we have a 2 second or 1 second teaser of the nightclub in you know. In
you took a picture with my cousin. Who's that guy?
Wait, which your cousin?
Never mind.
It that flew right over my head. We lost Pac. We lost Pac. You know, it was one of those things where he was not about the family vacation. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's nice idea. Not everybody went on vacation, man. That's very insensitive.
That is right. We got Black Girls Comics in here. We're trying to get B-rolls on this channel. And actually, I think pretty sure I'll see him tomorrow night. But we're gonna try and get him here. So we went through the vacation. We introduced everybody. We got Pac over here starting our subscriber exclusive art print. All you gotta do is subscribe, and you know you get this little nice, and of course back to the Kickstarter, and then you get this nice little 5x7 art print, and we're gonna look for, you know, we're gonna get it colored, and it's gonna look really cool.
All right.
We got Mo Biggs dropping the links. He knows what he's doing. Awesome. All right.
I'm trying.
Hey, don't be. It's life.
We talked way too much about stuff that's not related to your comic, but I'm here and I want to know all about you. Learn all about you. We have one more special guest joining us, and it is Sam Quint.
This guy.
Sam, do you want to introduce yourself for one, 2 sentences? Let people know who you are.
53rd most wanted person in the United States, owner of 47 Furious Tales, Reign of Ages, Sonopa Publishing, writer of various RPG books, and probably not the 53rd most wanted person, really. Just a good way to start the introduction.
Oh, CC got scared for a second.
I'm really into true crime, so honestly, if you were, it would be an honor. So.
I was like, wow.
Hey Mo, what's up? Honestly, if I were, it'd be the dumbest thing on earth to announce, wouldn't it? 10 minutes from now, FBI captures 53rd most wanted man. Come on a live stream.
Gotta show yourself on the live stream, man. You must be really confident. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
You'll never get me.
You better hope that VPN holds up, right? This episode brought to you by Surfshark.
Yeah. Ooh.
That is right. We are trying to get sponsors on this channel. I know all you guys are excited for that. We're trying to get, actually, we're going to talk, you know, Adam Watson, and you know, from Dark Slayer Comics, but also,
Mainstream, yeah.
But also we're trying to get Merc Magazine. You know, Murphy was very interested in that, and it's something to pursue, and definitely soon to be in the future. We're going to get sponsored.
I had a really fun conversation with a distillery here in Frankfurt. Trying to get them to sponsor Necroholic, but in the end, it kind of fell apart. They really liked the idea of sponsoring a comic about an alcoholic necromancer. It was not conducive to the brand.
That sounds awesome. I feel like it would be conducive, but you know, everybody has their own marketing tactics.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, hey, there we go. That's okay. I've got another title coming up, and I'm talking to what's the proper term for it? A organic farming collective that provides product for dispensaries in Oregon and Denver, so Colorado. So we'll see if we can get them into one of my new titles.
Very cool, very cool. Cece, if you don't know, we're always trying to up the ante here and raise comics to the next level.
Of course.
And, you know, let's see what Mo Biggs is saying. If she loves true crime, introduce her to B Rose's boy, Phoenix Animations.
Yep.
And let's see what B Rose has to say about that.
Yeah, that'll be the ticket. Yeah.
Pedro, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm just, you know, busy with trailers for everybody. So
Gotcha.
I'm sleep deprived, and I might not make that much sense today. This is the third time I'm announcing it.
We are doing a new thing where, anybody who wants a trailer from Pedro, come to talk to me, and we'll get you the best deal possible. Isn't that right?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
And,
that.
and at the end of this show, we'll play the animation trailer he did for, not Lost Magic, Elixir.
Elixir, yes.
Elixir, and you'll see how amazing it is and how it really elevates, these comics to the next level. Okay, I feel like I've talked way too much. Bitsy, do you want to say something? How are you doing? I think you have something launching next week, or is that right?
A few weeks from now, 23rd.
23rd.
Yeah, we can
10
talk
days.
more about that, like, I don't know, next week or something.
We will absolutely talk all about it next week. Yeah.
Yes. I haven't met our guest though.
I know.
A little late, sorry.
No worries. All right. So, Stacey, do you want to? I think the best way to introduce yourself is actually to talk about your new project, Aynsley Comics. Am I pronouncing it right? How would you pronounce it?
Anna Comics, that's how I would pronounce it. The H is kind of a soft H, I guess.
Okay.
So I'll explain the name first, I guess, because that kind of gives context as to what it is. It's kind of, in my opinion, the perfect name. So it's spelled ANHE Comics, and if you want to find the Instagram, that's how it's spelled, ANHE Comics. It's a portmanteau of the words anhedonia and comics. Anhedonia, if you don't know, is like the medical term for the inability to experience pleasure, which is one of the main symptoms of clinical depression, which is what the comic is about. So it was completed. Well, it's not completed. It's an ongoing project, obviously, but it was formulated from my thesis project. I'm actually a graduate student right now. I'm going to be graduating next month.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm going to be a master.
Right.
And it's in mass communication, which is basically like journalism. So I started like thinking about what I wanted my thesis to be, and I suddenly got really interested in just doing comics and comics journalism, which is a thing. Like if you've ever been on the Nib, super into that sort of thing. And so I started like thinking about what I could do with that. And I actually myself suffer from clinical depression. So I was like, well, how about I advocate for people like me who have this terrible illness and use my interview skills that I've gained as a journalism master's student and see what I can do with that. So I've been interviewing anonymous people. Well, they're not anonymous to me, but they're anonymous to like my readers. About their experiences with depression, and I've been paying close attention to like the nuances of living with depression and like the little details that people don't really pay that much attention to, especially if you don't have it. And then also just like the things that keep people going when they're depressed. And so those are the two things that I really try to look for when I'm interviewing people. And then from there, I take like the most interesting pieces of the interviews and I construct them into little narratives and turn them into comics. And that's what each episode is. And there are currently 5 completed ones. Only 2 are released right now, but tomorrow there'll be the 3rd one coming out.
Is this a weekly thing?
Awesome.
This is such important work. But right before that, I'm going to add another guest to the stream, a new friend, Aynsley. How are you doing, Aynsley?
Hello.
Am I pronouncing your name right? Is that
Yeah,
something?
you got it. You nailed it. First try. Congrats.
Nice.
Amazing. Did you want to introduce yourself, Aynsley, like 1 or 2 sentences about who you are?
Sure, yeah. I'm Aynsley. I am a semi-recent graduate of School of Visual Arts. I'm a painter. I make music sometimes, and I work in comics, primarily like comics retail.
Amazing.
Nice.
And she actually, you work at St. Mark's Comics, which, is a classic staple. Sam, do you know St. Mark's Comics? Have you ever heard of that?
I do not.
Sam is on the other side of the country, so so don't worry about that. But yeah, in New York, it's huge. That's also right around my stomping grounds where I went to college at NYU. But now it moved obviously to Brooklyn. But really, what is Mo saying? Damn, Arman is too quick. That is true. That is true. But yeah, I met Aynsley through Kate, and actually nobody here has met Kate yet because she's so busy. She hasn't had time to come on the show yet.
Who's Kate?
Kate is working on another story with me, another comic and that is called Rush New York City. And that's whenever that's kind of ready and she's still doing the pages, she'll start coming on the show. Everybody will, Aynsley, now you're famous. You know what I'm saying? People are saying,
someone needs to mute, man. I don't know. Or am I going nuts? I'm listening to kids. Am I going crazy?
I got kids at home.
It's
okay. Sorry.
You're not crazy.
Yeah, cool. Like, I was like, okay, it's happening.
Very cool. Let's check in on Pac here really quick. How's he doing?
There you go.
All right. All right. So Cece, so I was immediately drawn into your entire prospectus of what you were trying to aim to do with this project. And honestly, I want to, I think it's such important work that it needs to continue. What's your plan to kind of, grow it and continue? Because I know you started it for some kind of, end of, semester project or something. How do you want to continue it? And like, is it a weekly thing, monthly?
Yeah, so I'm currently kind of opposed to making it like a consistent schedule, at least for now, as I'm like, getting into the groove of it. Just because I'm about to graduate and I'm actually going to move up to the Portland area after I graduate. So I have a lot of stuff I'm doing.
You should talk to Adam Watson. He's up on Portland too. He's a friend of the channel. Yeah, he's a
depending on which Portland you're talking about.
Oh, Oregon. I'll actually be in Vancouver, Washington, which is like right above it, like it's a suburb. Yeah. So that's actually great because I know that the PNW as a whole is kind of a comics hub. So I am looking forward to like just meeting people. But yeah, so I have the 5 now that I finished, and I have another interview that I'm going to be working through. The person I interviewed, it gave me so much, such a bright person that I talked to this time. And so I think I'm going to be able to draw a lot from that interview and make it maybe even to like 3 comics. So after I'm settled in, I'm going to just like start working on more and start interviewing more people. I know that I need a larger audience before I can get like, enough interviews to where I can actually make a consistent like webcomic, because like this is the kind of thing where I can't just rely on my own brain, my own imagination. Like I need other people to give me their stories. You know what I mean?
And I think that's even more amazing that you're sharing these stories in the way you're doing that. And honestly, I think there's a market for this. I think once after it's complete, you have maybe 100 pages or something, like a bunch of the episodes, run it on Kickstarter, create your first book, put it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're here to kind of help you along that entire journey and push it when it comes out. But just so we understand, so much things going on in this chat. Mo Big says, B-Rose, are you coming down with the man Des brother? And then B-Rose doesn't know what's happening. He's like, what? And then, he's giving some emoji eyes at him. So we have, so I want to actually show people this clown paradox that you just, so they can kind of see the style, because it's very cool. And did you did all this yourself, right? You drew it, colored it, and lettered it? Amazing. How did you learn how to do this, by the way?
I've been kind of into comics since I was a kid, but I didn't really start taking it seriously until I chose it as a path for my thesis. And now I'm like, oh, this is my medium. I actually went to film school before this, and so I've always known that I like storytelling. But it wasn't until I discovered this that I was like, oh, this is actually how I work best.
I didn't discover comics until like mid last year, and then now jumped fully in. Pedro kind of the same way, but we both kind of released just this year our first comic books. Bitsy and Sam have been doing this for a little while, and then Pac joined me on this journey. So
I had a similar experience though, where I was like writing stories, and then I was like, let me try comics. And I'm like, oh wow, this works.
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, my brain just works in a way where comics just works.
So yeah.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm following you.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I hope you're all following this CC here. On Hey Comics on Instagram at
on the gram.
That's right. For me, the relationship between my depression and my stand-up comedy is toxic. It is dysfunctional. It is unsettling. It's not good. I think it's because, people a lot of times, you say it perfectly. And this is, I consider myself a comedian. Brittany, who's not here today, is also a comedian. And as we bring more comedians on this channel, I think it's important that, there's this stigma that, you kind of have to, you produce your best stuff while you're kind of,
Renko.
depressed state. but it's something that you kind of have to balance. I think you talked about that a lot here, and and the words here are also just so well done. Like it's truly amazing what you were able to kind of put together here.
Thank you.
And again, it's just such important work. That's why I thought it was also like so cool that this entire journey, like from when I first met you and Eric, or first knew of you and Eric, to kind of now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I don't know if you should joke about that, and then he's saying, oh no, I do joke about that. So yeah, and again, just it's a cool art style. And I think I read somewhere that the reason you chose this is gonna be the main character every single time, right? It's kind of
Yes.
blue. It's because it's like almost like a genderless. You want to describe why you kind of chose that and why blue in particular?
Yeah, so I don't know how many of you have read Scott McCloud, Understanding Comics, but it's based on his idea of amplification through simplification, where he kind of believes that cartoons are they're more universal. The more specific someone's like face is, like the more specific it is to that person. But if you have like a simple smiley face, that could be anybody. It's kind of based on that kind of idea. So I struggled in the beginning. I was like, I want to keep these people anonymous, but I also like if I draw them, that makes them a little bit less anonymous, And also like I also have a little bit of a fear of like drawing real people, because it's like, what if I like insult you with the way I draw you? So I was wondering how I should handle that, but then I was like, oh, this theory actually makes a lot of sense. So if I just kind of make it this very simple character and make it represent visually what depression is like, because to me, that blue character is kind of blobbish, doesn't have any clothes or any features really, and it's also kind of a manifestation of how depression makes you feel. Like when I've been in my depressed states, like I kind of just feel like less of a human. I'm just like blah, yeah.
No, and again, it works so well in the.
That was a great Robin Williams, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I was
kind
like,
of traced it, to be honest.
Oh man, we all do that.
I know, yeah, I don't know. It's not a problem. Like if you feel like you need to trace, do it.
Unless you're Pack here, and the Pack is just throwing this out in 20 minutes flat.
Yeah, look at that, Pack. I hate you, Pack. I hate you.
I love you, Pedro.
So while we're here, there's some things I want to chat. Mo Biggs, clinical depression is a serious issue. It's not the same as the feeling you get when you watch B Rose's channel. This is
What the
man.
hell,
Mo
man?
Biggs,
Jesus.
Mo Biggs is coming for you, B Rose. Let's see what he has to
Jesus
say.
Christ.
Medicinal chicken solves my problems.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's going wild here today, and creates bigger problems if you know what I mean, and I think you do.
Yeah, dude. Yours has a beautiful channel. I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
So we have I do want to kind of showcase this around moments, because again, these words again, I think you kind of chose them from the interview, you pulled it apart, and then I'm sure you kind of edited it. It kind of perfectly feels well. Anybody who knows kind of what this goes through, I think they're gonna really be drawn to this, and also I think people who don't know are gonna empathize with it really well as well.
Yeah.
So it's like the both ends of the spectrum, and that's why I think it's gonna do really well. And I hope it does really well, and I hope you continue doing it. Right.
Thank you.
So, and of course, we'll keep pushing people your way. We'll be like, if you have any stories, go to CC. Make sure you
I have a submission form. If you go on my Instagram, which again is ANHE Comics, there's like a link tree, and then there's a submission form. So if any of y'all have like experience with clinical depression or any mental disorder that has clinical depression-ish symptoms, like bipolar disorder or something, feel free to fill it out, and I might make illustrations based on what you say, or I might follow up for an interview. That's kind of how the process is. So yeah, if anyone watching wants to fill it out,
and everything's anonymous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you'll be a blob in the story, and I think you'll give more content to CC. And again, tell your story, because I think that's another part people will, I think, really like to feel connected to this. A lot of people are doing it. It's not just going to be you. We have B-Rose, just so he followed up with this medicinal chicken solves all my problems, and then he followed up with I'm gonna eat a Mo chicken, and they're just playing with some puns over there. We don't know what's going on. And then Mo Biggs, at least take out the bones.
That's the chat, man. That's the chat. You gotta
going at it today.
Yeah, you gotta allow it to flow.
So that's basically just the piece. I don't have like a ton of knowledge in the depression area. You're the expert here, CC, and I'm sure you've studied it as well. But yeah, I just want to say that I think there's this idea that you always have to be happy. I think that's not true. I think it's more along the lines of kind of like, it's an emotion. It's a feeling almost like, hunger or something like that, where there's times when you're going to be happy and there's times when you're not going to be happy. And you just, it's not like you're always going to be happy, and then it's these things that you just have to make sure you're more happy than you are unhappy. And I think that's kind of what it's about, and trying to find what makes that work. And it's different for everybody. So that's kind of, we get deep on the show, Cece, as you can see. So
I love it.
He's over here like, what if I got myself into? You know what I'm saying? And we're going
Sorry, I woke up at 5. I'm exhausted.
That is right. If you wanted to tell everybody where everybody is from, because it's this is a wild west. I was able to bring you all here, but it's not everybody's in the same location. So I'm from New York. Pedro, where we can go clockwise.
Oh, I'm in Panama, the country in the middle of Central America. It's hot, it's humid, and I'm surrounded by bugs.
That's right. He is from Panama. Just for a second, we have B-Row saying, "Bro, let me be Mo. This is a safe space. Let's all calm ourselves."
It's not safe at all.
But it's B-Row is protected on the show.
Yeah, it's a protected species. Yeah.
Cece, where are you from?
So I'm from a lot of places, but currently I'm in Los Angeles. This actually isn't my house. I'm in someone else's house right now, dog sitting. The dog's right there.
Do they know?
Wait, what?
Do they know you're in their house? I don't know. Like, that sounded very sorry.
Oh, they know. They know.
Okay, cool.
Mo is coming for B-Row today. He's like, B-Row, do you want to end up as a formless blob in real life, not just one of CC's comics? Oh man! All right, Bitsy, where are you from, Bitsy?
So I'm also from all over, kind of move a lot, but currently in Japan. And my husband teaches English at the little local high school. We're in the middle of nowhere, and the rainy season started, so it's hot and nasty. And the bugs have came. They are here.
But here's a fun fact: Bitsy's mom is actually in Hawaii. Is that correct,
Yes,
Bitsy?
that is
Bitsy's
true.
like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going past. Aynsley, where are you from?
I'm in Brooklyn right now in my own apartment. I feel like that's the distinction that needs to be made at this point. But,
Very cool. Sam, where are you from?
I'm originally from Mississippi, but I have lived and or worked in 48 of the 50 states. And I'm currently in Kentucky.
Interesting. Did you say all 50 states, by the way? Or
48 of the 50.
48 of the 50 states.
Yep.
Sam once told me he had like a contract to go to Dubai. What is it, Dubai or somewhere in the Middle East?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Dubai for a while.
This man's a traveler.
I used to do a lot of stuff during the 90s, but that's not for this stream.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Like a bad for YouTube, we talk about those things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're not going to talk about them on YouTube. That's why.
There we
I
go.
wasn't always a paralegal, Arman, okay? That's why Larry picks on me all the time.
That's right. And we have Pac over here. Pac, where are you from?
Yes, sir. I live in Florida. I was born and raised in Hong Kong.
Well, that is where you have it. You know what I'm saying? We're a very diverse crew here. I dare you to choose another a live stream show on and that has more diversity than this. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you guys are always welcome back. But we have more time. I'm just saying it's kind of great. Let me see before we see whatever B Rose said. Aynsley, you had just actually you ran a Comic-Con basically. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Just this past weekend. I unfortunately was unable to make it. I think you missed the earlier section. But I was on vacation. I can replay those videos if everybody else wants me to. I'm kidding.
But Kate was there, right?
Yes, Kate
You were
was
going
there.
to see with Kate. Okay, cool.
Well, you saw Kate there, right?
Kate had shown up like a little bit late, and by the time Kate had shown up, I was having my girlfriend, who was basically being my assistant for the day for free. I had her showing people to their tables, so I was managing like other stuff. So I saw Kate from across the courtyard, and I like clocked Kate, and I was like, I should say hi. I haven't seen Kate in so long. And then before I knew it, it was like over, and Kate was gone. But
It happens like that at cons. Sam knows me. I was running around. I should have been at my table selling books. It passes. It passes. So when you're having fun,
We did have that conversation. Yes, we should have been.
we were playing with those cosplayers. You know what I'm saying? Sam yelled at me for playing with those cosplayers.
I'm telling you, man. What you gotta do is just keep plenty of bottled water, and that way, if you see someone in distress, they're sweating too bad, just have them come over, hang out, have water with you, and stay at your booth and work. Everyone will come out and check out what's going on at your table with the cosplayers huddled around, and no one's gonna care that they're just there to get some water and relax for a moment, so they're not sweating to death under their costumes. You know what I mean? So just be a good human being and make
Free
it work.
water.
Sam is a veteran at cons. He moves a lot of books in
No,
general.
I wouldn't say I'm a veteran at cons as far as a vendor. I've done a few of them, but yeah, I've been selling a lot of books. We've sold over 2,000 copies this year so far.
Awesome,
That's
dude.
amazing.
4 months in, 3.5 months in.
That's
How does that
between
sound,
the,
Aynsley? No,
That's between the
Come table
Kickstarter
next
campaigns
year.
and all that.
So he's from Kentucky. We're trying to bring him out for Garden State Fest, and maybe New York will kind of.
I'm actually not gonna be able to make Garden State this year. Something's come up. I'm not gonna be able to make that, unfortunately, but I'll make it next year.
Got it.
I do the summer one. I won't come up for the winter one just because of there's a conflict on their winter schedule with my regular schedule anyway.
All right, we have to go back and see what's updating in this chat. But this anti-chicken rhetoric has gone long enough.
There's an all-out fight. Yeah.
I'll work out like Eric July said, then endless chicken. Oh man, we're talking about that buffet. You know what I'm talking about, Bitsy?
No.
Show up. Heroes, drumstick curls aren't going to burn off all those calories. Oh man. It's a little more funny if you guys actually know who these people are. You guys should follow B Rose, Black Rose Comics. He has his own channel. Mo Big is always on the live shows, just jumping around. So we have to see. But B Rose says, "I'll have to prove that otherwise."
Yeah.
Maybe if you do your Naruto run to somewhere besides KFC, that's in your life. And then, B Rose, perhaps. Okay, one more thing. The most important thing is that the Crosshair Crom loves you no matter what you look like, brother. And that's what it's all about. We all come together as a community. So Aynsley, so how was this experience? What made you? This is the first This was the first con put on. I think it was called. What was it called? The Brooklyn Independent Show.
Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase. You got it.
Yes. And so what inspired you to do this? Was this you, or was it St. Mark's, or was this like what was what made this happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was definitely a little bit of both. I worked at St. Mark's Comics back when we were in the East Village, which is how I know Kate. And when we had closed that location and reopened our new one, I was talking with the owner, and we had been kicking this around for some time. And I had sort of left working there full time to work on art stuff, and now that I had a little more time to do this sort of thing, he was like, "Hey, do you want to finally do that like indie, like small press show that we've been talking about doing?" And I was like, yeah, I think that because of the new location that St. Mark's is at, which is Industry City, which has these like gorgeous big courtyards, it sort of made this a more possible, feasible thing, which is like something that we've wanted to do for so long. And really, like the idea of it is to have a small press indie show that's accessible, that lowers the bar to entry. For shows like Mocha, tables at Mocha are like, I think it's like $500 for the weekend, which it's like, if that's your first con, you can't, at least I couldn't like throw away $500 on a risk. It's like, I don't know who's gonna buy my stuff. Like, I've never done this before. So we wanted to bring down the cost and sort of have it be a little bit tighter knit, a little bit smaller, and just sort of make it a thing that, people could look at this and be like, okay, this is gonna be my first experience tabling. And it's not too high risk, if that makes sense.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. And of course, I signed up for it. I was all about it. I actually, Kate was telling me about St. Mark's, and then I kind of saw it on Facebook or somewhere. I'm like, oh, we got to do this. And then she said, I forwarded her the email, and she was like, oh, I know Aynsley. And, that's all. This is how it all happens. This is how I met Aynsley. And then how I met Cece was also random. I met her is it still boyfriend? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're very much
No.
together.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was dangerous.
That was kind of a creepy way to put that. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, no. It's like I didn't want to say fiance or something higher.
I thought it was polite. I thought it was polite.
Yeah.
We get controversial
yeah.
up on this channel. Fitzy knows it all the time, isn't that right?
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, so it was no. So I love Eric. I think the moment you bring up my name, it'll be cool.
Yes.
But yeah, so actually, we're going to bring Chloe on this channel sometime soon. I'm still you know Chloe, right? Chloe Octas.
I know of her. Never spoken to her, but I know.
Oh,
of her.
okay. She was on The Walking Dead, the TV show,
Mhm.
years ago when it was huge and stuff. She was one of Negan's wives. I don't know if you guys watch that show or anything, but yeah. So basically, from that moment, I actually kind of lost my train of thought because I want to show Aynsley's artwork. I actually have it up. Is that okay, Aynsley? Do you want me to? Because you're actually a cool artist yourself. You go to SBA right now, right?
I went to SBA. I graduated in like about a year ago now.
Okay, cool. And now you just work at St. Mark's for St. Mark's. Is that how it goes, or?
I do art full time basically. I fill in shifts at a couple different comic book shops.
Okay.
But and I do like a lot of the design work for
Which
St.
ones?
Mark's.
Let's get Mind and Sam's books into your store.
Anyone Comics, and we do sell like local indie comics. So Anyone Comics, and then the sister store to Anyone is Everyone Comics. So I pull shifts there now and
Do you know
again.
Demetrius? You know Demetrius from?
Yeah,
Of
Of course I know Demetrius. Come on, he's great. Good people.
Every time I call that shop, he picks up the phone. He's always so pleasant. Sam, this is how we do it. This is how we get into shops. You know what I'm saying?
Talk, be open, honest, direct, show where the money's at. Make sure you get your books in an adequate price point for where the shops are making money, and make it easy for them to love selling your book.
This is the man. This man taught me everything I know, Aynsley.
So you gotta give credit to Adam.
Oh, so Adam.
I'm very hard on Arman. I've been telling him for 2 months to read a book, and he hasn't read the book. And now he's gonna interview the author. And I told him last time I was on, if he hadn't read the book, I was gonna make sure that I gave him hell. So we're gonna just start the gradual descent. We're gonna descend, and so this is that first layer of hell I'm giving you, Arman.
So
we're gonna keep coming
Madeline
down.
Holly Roasting will be on the show in 2 weeks.
And so you need to read the damn book.
And she's a rock star in the Kickstarter comic crowdfunding community. When she comes on, I read her book. Of course, I should have read her book, 2 months ago. But we live and we learn. I want to jump back into what's happening.
I'm gonna tell you there's something about Madeline. Seriously, I stopped writing my book on Kickstarter because I found Madeline's. There was no reason for me to keep writing it because Madeline had already done this. Okay. And so everyone who asked me anything about crowdfunding, I said, first thing you do is read Madeline's book, which Armand promptly ignored. And I'm going to continue to give you hell about it, Armand, until you read the damn book. Okay. But yes, Madeline Holly Rawson. A few things about Madeline. She's a wonderful creator, wonderful lady, screenwriter, very talented novelist, comic book writer, really great human being in general. Fantastic talk too.
Wait, Sam, we're definitely gonna talk about her. Just 1 second, because I think B-Roll's brought in backup. He asked for the cavalry. He was against Mo Biggs. I'm so surprised right now. Okay, so
that always happens.
I have waifu pillows more appealing than that glorified just rag Mo. Oh man.
I don't think I would have said that, man.
B-Roll, stop cyberbullying a Crom brother. Okay. No, stop pimping out. I don't. Is this the crowd? I don't really know.
Dude, this is something I don't really want to touch.
Okay, so
you're doing it, but yeah,
we're just going back and forth here.
Exactly. The only thing I say, guys, is
anti-madness, Biro.
Yeah. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, choose to be kind, guys.
He brought in Aerith here, which is quite amazing. Of course, hard working for the channel, but
Aerith is royalty, man. It's Dwarves vs. Lion. Great project, great concept. Check it out. I think it already closed on Indiegogo, but dude, awesome. Like they gamified freaking crowdfunding. It was an awesome campaign, and dude, we have a lot to learn from that guy. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Hail Aerith.
Aerith, absolutely. Dwarves Lines is super cool project.
Mm-hmm.
Mo Biggs, glad you could join us. B-Rose is really off the rails today. I don't know who's off. I feel like it's a give and take here, to be honest. But you know, something about some madness. We're saying he's digging his grave with a fork and spoon, but he doesn't believe in utensils or chewing. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep jumping down here. We have and Juanito over here. Oh, how are you doing, Juanito? They're you know.
Oh, dude, that's
Heroes
another
really
awesome
calling
artist.
the cavalry. This is all Heroes of crew. They're trying to now you know.
Let me lasso this stream and pull it back to the topic really quick.
Okay. So we have kick Aerith by B-Rose. Interesting. Aerith is saying Padrino kick B-Rose. The only person who can kick anybody is Mo Biggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let's not go crazy here. Somebody's throwing out their Pedro get naked. I don't know. If you want to.
That's later. Once we get super chats, we'll talk.
We were talking about Comic-Cons and like Kickstarter. I wanted to tell Cece that Rose City Comic Con is a really great convention to start circulating at. I did a lot of Rose City, and they have press passes that you can get for free if you're kind of local to the area, as well as booths you can get for free if you're local to the area.
Okay.
I got an Artist Alley booth for free once.
Okay.
Anybody has that man, send them the link. I don't know. I would love to meet that man. So Pack basically finished that subscriber exclusive art print. Very cool. All you have to do is subscribe. Let's show what he has here. All you do is subscribe to this channel, back the book, and you get this free subscriber exclusive art print. How cool is that? Nobody else is doing it, you guys. Nobody else is doing it. But of course, besides this channel here, and look, that's one of the main characters, Suriel. She is the Devil's Apprentice. And she has very cool, very inspired design, by Pack over there. Raging Rainbow, how are you doing, Raging Rainbow?
Beautiful.
We got some fudge up in this chat. We got some fudge, that's for sure. We digressed enough from actually showing Aynsley's art. So let's go back to Aynsley's art over here.
Yeah, we should.
So
nice.
So is this all hand painted? What kind of artist are you? Would you say? Do you like to work with acrylics, on canvas, on murals?
That will haunt me.
I do all sorts of different stuff. What we're looking at right now is my senior thesis from FCA, which was a mix of oil painting, some chainmail that I made, and some photos. But I basically, I'll do anything. I'm pretty anti categorization or something. I guess I'm mostly a painter, but make zines, just all sorts of stuff. Whatever art I can try to figure out how to do, I will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
That makes perfect sense. And that's the same thing, kind of like Pac, Pedro, Bitsy. We're all they all just do everything. Do you work traditionally or digitally as well? I'm curious.
I do both. I prefer either or for different reasons. I really like doing digital collages. I think those are really fun. And there's so many. I don't think digital or analog one is better than the other, but I feel like digitally it has so many different options. Which is interesting. Right. But yeah, I like to just jack of all trades, master of fun. That's the best way to live in my opinion.
This is so cool. Frequency Girls in this chat, and it is the better half of Neff. Neff and Freak Girl. Welcome,
Frequency
joining us today. Maybe I don't know whose side she's gonna be on. Maybe she's on Mo Biggs' side. You know what I'm saying? They're staging some kind of intervention for B-Rose. Let's see what else is happening here. B-Rose, why you gotta use the government name? Hilarious. We got, do we have Oliver? Oliver's here from 656 Comics. How you doing, Oliver? Thanks for stopping by. And then, of course, we have, everybody loves Ollie over here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can mediate. Maybe he can mediate whatever's happening.
Amazing colors from Mexico.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I got to go. So.
Awesome. No
Yeah,
worries.
you answer back. No worries. You called it.
Nice
Always a
meeting you.
pleasure.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
You did
Pat.
a great job.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Awesome job as always.
Yeah, Pac is, of course, an incredible artist. And he, of course, he believed in me 2 years ago. Can you believe it? None of you guys even knew me 2 years ago. That's great. But yeah, it took 2 years for this Elixir project to come to life, which actually is on Kickstarter right now. It's on Kickstarter right now. I have a proof copy in my hands. So this book is going to get made, and it already reached its funding goal, and it will be delivered within 2 or 3 weeks, within the month. Next month it should be shipping. Do I hear some kind of echoing? Is that you, Pedro? I feel like that.
No,
is that your
okay,
insect thing? Your insect
gonna-
orgy is in your. Oh, that makes sense. All right, we're gonna keep going. So Aynsley, so what other we talked about all your art styles. So where do you hope to take this? Do you want to write a comic one day? Like, what's happening here? Do you want to make a comic? Like, is that where it's all leading to? Where is it all leading to?
So I used to go. I started off at School of Visual Arts in the cartooning program. Like I used to draw comics a lot, and then I sort of realized that I really love drawing comics, but I didn't want to draw them for other people. I really could only do it sort of like for myself. It's just I just can't work that way. I really admire people that can. So then I was thinking maybe I would get into comics editorial or something like that, like a la Jared Berger, Shelley Bond. Like,
Aynsley, I don't think I can hear you. I think your mic is. Maybe can you leave the chat and come back? That usually always fixes it.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
And
while Flush is gone, we get to jump back into this chat. It's my favorite thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Pedro doesn't like it, but we're gonna let's see what's happening in this chat over here. All right, so where do we left off? We got Oliver, we got B-Rose, stop cyber stalking, Aynsley's ET painting. It's not even a real person. I think Aynsley. Everybody, go support Aynsley. Go follow her any way you want. Let me see here. Let's see how help is here. B-Rose, help is here. He's like, yo, leave my chicken alone. We are all friends. Well, friend-ish. I think that's a fair estimation.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Aynsley.
I hope this is better.
You're getting some fans. Is it better? I think so. I think I can hear you better. Yeah.
Is it better? Yeah.
Yeah. So people were following you on. You're getting some new fans here, Aynsley. That's what we always like to do.
Yeah, Aynsley, you're getting the attention of the crack pack. They don't do crack. It's just that art is their crack. So
that's right. There you go. Hey, Ollie, glad you showed up to help us rein in D-Rose. That's honestly, somebody needs to do it. And Mobig's, if it's not Mo, and that's why everybody's popping in right now. B-Rose is saying, I'm not having any of this. I'm going to Popeyes now. And
that chicken
B-Rose is always saying, B-Rose, we love you. And that's how it goes. It's a vicious, endless cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, we got roach balls here. Rich
Ayala is here with roach balls. Who's killing mice over here?
If you guys like MTV animation, like Liquid Television, whatnot, roach balls is for you. Look, that kind of story looks like a lot of fun. Can't wait to get that book, man.
If Mo's here, you want to drop any of these links that Pedro's spitting out, feel free. What is, did we miss something here? Neff says his is active, no problems. Bro, my ears. Yeah, I think it's some kind of audio issue. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it's Aynsley, but we're gonna keep on going.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, so we were talking about what your end goal was. Not really end goal, but like, did you want to, how are you going to take your art to the next level? What do you want to do in the art journey? We have Cece do some incredible things with, her, on Hey
Comics. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
My end game is just art full time, right? Like I love comics retail. I'm happy to do that, like here and there. But just full-time art is the goal, and I get a little bit closer every month, which is very lucky. Just like applying to more like open calls and shows and like conventions. I'd love to organize more, anything that builds sort of art community. Right now, I'm looking at maybe curating like a small like gallery show of like different kinds of art, some comics, some photos, paintings, all different stuff. But just like community building is really big for me, and making
That's what we're
art
doing here. That's what we're doing
accessible.
here.
Exactly. Yeah, I knew you would get
Awesome.
it. It's like,
No, I do.
That's-
But I was more curious about. Did you want? I was actually just asking if you wanted to make a comic book. Really, like, is that something that's down the cards for you, or is that more? You're more of like a, painting art and stuff like that. Maybe like covers or something like that.
yeah, I think it's in the cards for me at some point. It's not something that I've wanted to do in like a little bit. I think that being in the cartooning department at School of Visual Arts for like 2.5 years sort of burnt me out on comics for like a minute there. But lately I've been making some like collage comics, which are really fun. Any sort of like experimental, weird.
That's so cool because Kate had the entirely opposite way. She didn't get burned down. In fact, she jumped right into another project after she graduated. She was kind of super excited for it. Of course, I think again, she's incredible too, and she'll be on the show soon enough. Maybe in a month or so. We have Mo Biggs trying to clear some rumors that we actually also do smoke. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, Heroes. My bad.
Yeah, somebody has to check. Just fact check us, and that's what Mo Biggs is here for. People have been spreading her rumors that we do not smoke crack. What is Aerith bidding on? My headphones cut out. I think I missed something. Chicken is my crack, and B-Rose always rating it back into that chicken, and I think that's that's the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't live with the messy roommate known as eternal regret. Back roach balls today. And, that's probably the best thing you can do. I hope he was bidding on an ET painting before B-Rose gets chicken grease all over it. All right. And I actually honestly didn't even realize that this was ET.
Yeah? Dude, come on. There was a telltale it was ET.
What inspired you to make this? I'll bring it back up in like 1 second.
Please do.
I have it's actually there.
Like first of all, how did I Ainsley, was I supposed to realize this was ET, or was it like an interpretive thing?
It's
Definitely ET, bro.
It's meant to be ET. It definitely is. I have like a thing about ET. Like I love. Actually, this is on my bed right now. This is a shirt that I made that has ET on it that I also drew. So I have this ET shirt. I have like a bunch of ET plushies. I love him.
That's
I call
awesome.
myself an alien all the time. But
so Bitsy does too. What is happening? Bitsy's Instagram is Bitsy the alien. Is that
I'm
correct?
just an alien slime disguised as a human. Hello.
I honestly I have no idea why I did not realize that was ET. Maybe it was the
lipstick. Yeah.
ET doesn't have legs usually either. ET has
I'm really starting to worry about you, man.
Like tiny feet, but this is ET.
We got Frog G up in this chat. Hey, how you doing, Frog G? Caleb B Rose, and why should I help? Does Arman not know what ET is? I do know what ET is. I know who Drew Barrymore is. I saw her interview with Johnny Carson back in the day. I just honestly, it just slipped my mind. Maybe Mo Biggs, and B Rose were going at it too hard. But yeah, I think it's very cool. And where can we find more of your paintings? Why is there not more of your paintings on Instagram? On your website.
There should be, if there's like when you go to the menu, so the landing page is like my thesis, and then if you go to the menu, you can like do paintings and stuff. But I have some that are.
I see it now.
See back there. That's my little Hamburglar painting. That's not on my website yet because that's going to be shown in 2 weeks. But it's I don't know. It's like sexy Hamburglar.
Yes.
It's got like little stiletto moment on.
Very cool. Very cool.
Dude, I want to go to McDonald's now.
I do want to pull this up one more time because again, for some reason, I just didn't click that button that you wanted me to click. But now it is here. All right, so we have, this is, I think I've definitely seen this before. Very cool style of abstract painting. What would you say your influences are?
Oh man, all over the place. Like Ellen Gallagher. I take a lot of
E-Roses. That could be you right there.
Julie Doucet and Linda Barry, like cartoonists. Honestly, like there's text in a lot of my paintings, and I think that's because of my background in comics, sort of. But just like underground, like weird art, and also like pop art
of like the 70s or like 1990s.
That's super. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But
If you ever get into the Oregon area, Bend, Oregon has a really cool gallery, and I know the owners personally, and she loves this kind of art. And I mean, it's across still on the other side of the U.S., but
I definitely saw a post.
Travel all the time.
interview.
I would love to visit like any. I don't know. I'll grab you on Instagram.
We got a special guest.
Do we? Oh, hello.
Hello, Willow. Do you remember who I am?
Willow, can you hear?
Hi.
Hi.
hello.
Hey, Willow. Do you remember who I am?
No.
No. Oh man, doesn't your dad talk about me all the time, Arman?
No.
You want to show
No.
us?
Oh man.
Can I show you guys something? I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
for sure. We're here for it.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. You will stop the thing. Everybody is here for it. Mo B Rose, you better hold your breaths right now. Something's about to happen. She's about to show us something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chotomate.
My youngest daughter.
Again, I also I'm definitely not old enough. I know I definitely didn't watch him live, but I watched that one ET clip of Drew Barrymore, so I do know who Johnny Carson.
I mean, I saw the premiere of ET for real.
Yes.
So yeah, I am old.
Still around. I'm less ashamed of heroes lately. He's been toning down his degeneracy. I have noticed that too, honestly. So he's on the right path. Moby. I meant ashamed. That's hilarious.
What is it?
What does Bo have for us?
Hi, guys.
A button.
We have buttons.
Okay, that's
Nice.
great. Oh,
Nice.
Paige's
That's
button.
one of the buttons.
Yep, we got new buttons today.
That's one.
So
Awesome.
cool.
There is more. What is happening?
See?
Wow.
Excellent sales
Piggy in the
vehicle
house.
right now.
Oh
Oh, look
wow,
at
that
Oh,
is
nice.
So
that's-
swaggy.
She really decorated the whole
Look at
backpack.
Yep,
Yeah.
she did.
Sam is thinking of advertising so far ahead of us on a different level.
that. We're dead on the
I
water.
will, but there's one thing that he is now getting into the younger kids. They're gonna see Rain. They're gonna want to read Rain, and then they're gonna grow up and be fans of Rain for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Sam is
Yeah.
the
Well,
same.
I mean, not just Rain though. We donated a lot of posters and such for the preschools, the kindergartens, grade schools from some of our other products. So they've got them in their hallways, different posters from Sunoco. So
That's awesome.
mostly a lot of our fantasy themed stuff, like our elves and things like that.
I didn't
No.
realize you did like kids stuff or like.
Most of our stuff isn't kid stuff. We have some really soft illustrations that are pretty nice for
Yeah, he
Young
repurposes the art.
I see.
so like we got like our little fairy queen. This is the first ever.
Yeah.
This was the first ever commercial illustration done by Sandra Cole. She debuted with us, which was always really cool to be able to say. So we try to make sure that people still get to find her if they can get into her commission schedule, which I think has now been full for the last 2 years. So she's been pretty busy. Why don't you go brush your hair, baby? Okay.
Mo Big says hello, Willow. Say hello to Mo Big.
Mo says hi.
The thing is, like, are you listening to insects? Because they're quiet on my end.
No, I'm
I know,
hearing
like-
him like crazy.
Yeah, but
Always
it's not
tough to
here,
put there.
and it's driving me nuts. 'Cause I'm the insect guy.
Yeah, Arith knows.
Yeah.
Peter did a video on Twitter yesterday saying that he did some guerrilla marketing for his book Tropical Magics. He was like, people have been asking me what the sound is. He like went deep into the jungle, found like where all this insect were like all gathering, and then he, at the very last second he just like back Tropical Magic.
For magic. Yeah, the thing is, like, it wasn't that far. It's just like a couple of steps down here through the orange grove, and it's Cigala season here, and they just want to have sex, and they make a lot of noise, especially in the morning.
There you have it. There you have it. What do we have here?
We're in a
pushing
similar
21
position.
buttons and focus on the rain buttons for 10 seconds, please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, oh man. And of course, when are these buttons available to buy, Sam? Give it to us. We all
The
want
buttons are actually available on the Indiegogo campaign we're about to launch as soon as it gets approved. So
cool.
which is either going to be tonight or maybe tomorrow, and that's for a new Virgin variant for Reign of Ages. We actually ran the Kickstarter campaign in January, fulfilled in February, and then we've basically pretty much run out of books. I've got enough to cover the rewards for the 47 Furious Tales issue 3 campaign, where we made Reign available as well. And then I know that Nick still has some, but he's been making appearances and has been selling a lot of books in and around New Jersey. So that's been really good to see. And did we show you the new cover yet, Arman?
Yes, you did. You want to show it right now? Do you want to give a little teaser to the fans?
Yeah, let me tease that up a little bit. Give me a second to pull it up here.
Well, while we're waiting, I actually want to play that video that Pedro had. That Pedro did yesterday on his Twitter account. I'm sure if you guys know.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Whenever I stream, people are like, "What's that feedback?" And yes, this is the sound of an insect orgy. All right, this is just wild insects having sex really early in the morning. That's tropical magic.
That was the part I'm talking about. You all heard it. You all heard it. We all heard it, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing, Pedro. Pedro's on a different level as well.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff.
That is definitely worse than Japan bugs.
Yeah, no, it's hard. Like, I live in the middle of the jungle. It's not a joke. Like, I found like a dead sloth.
Ooh.
Like over the weekend, it was killed by we call it tigrillo. It's like a really small, like feral cat. It's like a really small jaguar. So he killed the sloth. So I was like, wow. The dog was like rolling over the carcass. It was horrible.
Oh dear.
So, yeah. I see stuff like that all the time.
All right, you guys. While we're waiting for it, we'll do Sam's cover reveal, but then I want we have to wrap it up. Our hour's up. Can you believe it? You guys? Time is fun, and we know that. We all know that. You guys are all always welcome back on the show anytime. We go live every Wednesday. We have a lively chat today. Very cool. Thank you guys all for joining in. I'm actually gonna hop over onto Neff's show right after this at 7:15.
Oh yeah.
So feel free to follow us, and we'll continue this whole, whatever we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? I would like to go around and let everybody know where they can find you, how they can follow you and support you. I'm always going to support you guys, and I hope that you guys continue being artists and contribute to the community, the indie community. Let's start with Pedro.
What? Okay.
Go around.
Hi, I'm Pedro An, better known as Panama Man. You can find me at the Twitters at Anguilla. And I have a book now, Tropical Magics. It's funding on Indiegogo. I have a plethora. I love that word. Plethora of books coming this year. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of me. You're gonna get tired of me at some point. But before you do, buy my books.
These people don't want it to stop. I love you guys too, but we gotta. the show has to end sometime, and it's good a time as any when they want more. Isn't that right, Aynsley?
Yeah.
All right, CC.
Yeah, so I have two Instagrams where you could support me. The first one is my personal one where I post like comics about my life. That is at Cooklin Comics, COOKLIN Comics. And then my Anna Comics project, the Depression comics, are at Anna Comics, ANHE Comics.
And is Cooklin your real name?
No, my full name is Caitlin Cook, and then I turned it into Cooklin Kate because I thought it was funny. And now I just like the sound of Cooklin as like an artist name, so now I guess my artist name is Cooklin. But friends call me Cece, and I consider you guys friends, so you can call me Cece.
Perfect.
You just made a terrible mistake.
Bitsy also has a nickname herself, isn't that right, Bitsy?
Well, kind of. My name used to not be Bitsy, but it's legally Bitsy now, so.
That's right.
Yeah, nobody needs to call me Jacelyn. It's old news.
Nice.
But you can find me at Bitsy the Alien at lots of places, as well as Eoterra. Please go to promos.eoterra.com to get my book. It's brand new, and the first 20 people get like 5% off, some sort of discount. I forgot.
Oh, Well, you got a fan already, Bitsy. You got a fan in Juanito here.
From
Juanito,
Ecuador.
if you want to come on the show and meet Bitsy, let's make it happen. All right.
Juanito is from Ecuador.
Yes, he is. Sam, let's do it and you show at the same time.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. I figured just pull it straight up on the Indiegogo campaign. But yeah, this is our Virgin variant from Nick Capone. He's the co-creator of Reign of Ages. We're putting this out because, like I said, we needed a new cover because we're just about out. We are actually going to limit this
Bolivia, sorry.
We're going to limit this one for our Indiegogo rewards, and then an extra 30 on top of that to make sure that we have enough to replace anything lost in shipping, with the rest divided up between the creative team so that they have some perks.
Pedro, only I can mess up people's home locations.
Hey,
not you, Pedro. Not you. The chat is unforgiving.
I feel horrible. I feel horrible, mijo. I feel horrible. I shall commit seppuku now.
Awesome. Sam, when is this launching? When can people find it?
As soon as it's approved, it'll either be tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And of course, this is Nick Capone's both pencils and colors. And again, it's the main character.
And of course, Nick did all the interiors as well. I believe you have that book close by, don't you?
I always have it on me. It's right here on my desk. Right here, Reign of Ages. Go get. I don't know if you'll have this cover, but yeah, it's awesome.
No, we're actually. I think we're sold out on that one. We don't have enough to cover the campaign. Certainly.
Yep. This is Nick Capone's Virgin special cover. So
we only printed 700 of those, and we really should have printed 15. So
Sam's been telling me to up my numbers, and now you know why. You know what I'm saying? He's doing so many books. Arguably, in the indie community, it's actually insane. All right, so Aynsley, we'll go with you, and we'll play the Lost Magic trailer and call it a night. Can we get a link? Can we get a link? Mo Biggs or Frog G, if you guys are still here, post down a link. But of Reigns. But I don't know if it's up. All right, Aynsley, go.
You can find me mostly on Instagram it's my first name backwards and then my last name. So it's YELSNYA Leonardis on Instagram, or just my website, which is AynsleyLeonardis.com, which is still a nightmare to spell. But
yeah, that's great. I guess your parents were very clever coming up with a name, right?
I don't know about clever.
Oh man, I used to be the same way. People never used to pronounce my name, and even still today, but now I own it. Now I really like it. Differentiates me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe that's the same for you. We're going to end it. Please back. This is the last week. There's 5 days left to back. The Kickstarter for Elixir. Let's really try to get this over the hump. Where we have some cool stretch goals going on. 2 extra bonus pages, less than $500 away. And we get an after credit scene, 2 bonus pages of sequential story and art, and then we get another keychain less than 1,000. So let's try to hit those goals. We're gonna play the trailer to play us out. But let's just say hello to this chat. What are these people saying over here?
Yeah. Padrino, stop it with that Bolivian voodoo, okay? No Bolivian magic.
And then Mo Big says, Biggie, I posted 6 links earlier. I have carpal tunnel from the 10th strain. I'm a show horse, not a workhorse. That is right. Mo Biggs always needs his second-hand man. Usually Frog G always throws those links in. Yeah. I'll look for it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this show. And yeah, it's been a fun one. We're going to keep doing bigger and better things on this show as we, big plans for this. Pedro knows all about those. Come back next week, every week on Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST. And here we go. We're going to play us out.
I can feel the blood leaking out of me, draining out all that I am. My memories, my pain, my happiness. There's something different in the air. I feel it in every breath I take. It's flooding over my body and mind. It feels like death!
A new presence has been created in the universe. It is an abomination. A new embodiment of death.
Cyrus the Monster Hunter, you will leave now. This is not a fight you can win.
You are angry at the world, at your place in it, your weakness, your mortality. Anger is good. It will keep you alive.
Angels, demons, they're all the same. All monsters, all my prey.
I choose you, Cyrus, the monster hunter. I give you your greatest hunt. I name you my champion.
Why? I want my body! This world! Let me die in peace!
And you guys know we always end it on one note. One person says something, it's always a random CC. Say the last word. It's all on you.
Any word?
Any word.
Yeah.
That's the one.